Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Crafty Saturday. My name is Michelle Zanovich, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I come to you live every Saturday morning right here on my Facebook page at 9 o'clock. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for spring. We've got daffodils blooming. We've got, my tulips are starting to come up. I can't wait. And, we're all seeming to be a little bit gloomy right now in light of things that are happening around the world. So I wanted to make a spring sampler with you this morning. Yesterday morning, I was playing around and I made these cute little springtime animals. And I was really cleaning off my stamp. I have to admit, this was kind of just playing around. I had my sheep stamp that's around here somewhere. I'm hoping he's around here somewhere. Anyways, I had my sheep stamp. This is my bunny. And I stamped him on this subtle scrap of gingham paper that I had. And fell in love with him. I thought, oh my gosh, he's so stinking cute. What can I do? Well, I made a card earlier this week that I had stacked 2 of the chicks. Hold on, I've got that card right here. I'll show you. So I stacked these chicks on my Casing Tuesday card using the So Very Vellum paper. And I got some great reviews about that. And then my friend Mary stacked all 3 on a card. So when I stamped him on gingham, on this little gingham check in the Subtles Designer Series paper stack, I thought, well, I could surely stack those. And so I did. So we're going to make a simple sampler today. This is kind of what I would call a beginner sampler. Last week we did 3 cards. We did a beginning, casual, and avid card. This is what I'd call a simple to and casual sampler. I'll do a more complicated one later. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. All right, so this, I'm not going to restamp this because I did this with you, or I did this yesterday. But what you want to do is stamp your black line images on the Designer Series paper, and then I just fussy cut. This piece measures, the So Saffron cardstock is 3 by 6, and then the Whisper White is 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. I stamped some grass in Granny Apple Green, and then I am in love with these tiny bees from the Welcome Easter stamp set, and so I stamped that as well in what did I use? Crushed curry this time. All right, and then because they were a little plain, just the black lines, I took some Stampin' Blends. This is dark Flirty Flamingo, and then some lovely lipstick, dark Mango Melody, and I colored his little nose. All right, with Petal Pink. So I did some coloring, but not a whole lot. Are you ready? If you've got your set out, this is what we're going to need. You're going to need 4 Whisper White stitched shapes. These are stitched squares, okay? And then you're going to need 4 So Saffron. This is the scalloped layering squares, okay? Again, don't worry. This is all going to be over on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. And I'm using a couple different stamp sets this morning, okay? Now, you can use whatever you have in your stash. If you would like to order some of these, you just let me know. I'll be happy to help you. Or you can go out to my store. Okay, so we're using the Welcome Easter. We're using the Hold On to Hope. And then Pop of Petals. what a surprise. I was going through my shelf and this popped out at me. Oh, I just had to use it. I haven't used this in ages. Let's see who's here before we get started. It's the most epic game of leapfrog ever. Yes. Thanks, Britton. I thought so too. Doesn't it look like fun? Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Sue P. from Milwaukee. It's good to see you here this morning. All right, so let's get started. The first thing I want to do is I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock right here, and this is kind of going to be our scrap, okay? And we're going to stamp a chick. Now, I am repeating some of our barnyard friends just because they're cute and I love them, okay? I want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. All right. And let's see, what else am I going to stamp? Oh, while I've got this out, this is, I don't have my labels because these are the old cling mount, not the clear mount. So I'm going to stamp this butterfly, okay? And I'm actually going to stamp him twice. The first time I'm going to stamp him right down here. And then the next time I'm going to stamp him is on a piece of that cardstock or the stitch shape. I'm going to come up here and stitch him kind of up there. All right. Now I have my light pool party stamp and blend, and I'm just going to outline him just a little bit, okay? So it doesn't look like he's just floating out there in space, because that would be bad. That would be kind of weird. Okay. I have to tell you, I think the light pool party is my most used stamp and blend, because I use it for all of this outline shading. I love it. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to tell you that all morning. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? Now, I'll set that one aside. I'm using Easter colors today, so I have my light and dark Daffodil Delight blends. And you can see that I have them labeled. I have a label maker. I highly recommend one because then you don't have to wear your glasses to see what you're doing. I have a dark Mango Melody. I have dark and light Smoky Slate. And then somewhere around here, there they are. I'm using light and dark Highland Heather and my light basic black. Okay. So let's color my butterfly. And I'm going to take my light Highland Heather and all of the large pieces here on the inside. This is so much fun, and you can be as creative as you want. And now I've never seen a butterfly with these colors, but I kind of wish I had. Dark Highland Heather for the little circles, because, oh my gosh, wouldn't this just be beautiful? Wait till you see. I love butterflies, and I just dug up some rose bushes in my yard, and I'm going to replace them with some bushes that attract even more butterflies than I already have. All right, I think, hold on, I'm going to use dark. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so this is dark Daffodil Delight. We're going to just make this pop right off the page. And I'm using the small fine tip because it's easier to get in all those tiny little nooks and crannies. Every time I say nooks and crannies, I want an English muffin. Huh? How about you? So this is bright and bold, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take my light basic black and just do right down the body here. And then, oh, let's go bold. Go big or go home today. I've got dark Highland Heather, and I'm going to use this fine tip, and I'm going to do this outer edge. And just take your time. Those are tiny little lines. And I don't have my glasses on today because I thought they were on my desk, but they're not. I have 4 pair. You'd think that there would be somewhere. I know where they are. Huh? They're in the pocket of my bathrobe. And I'm not crafting in my jammies this morning. I showered and dressed and ready to go. Okay, now while this is still here, let's color this chick really fast. I've got 3 colors, light and dark Daffodil Delight, plus my dark Mango Melody. Again, I colored this last week. I'm going to take the fine tip of the dark and just outline this cute little guy. He's just adorable. Okay. And then with my light one, I'm going to pull that shading in. Okay. And if you have a line, just keep going over it and blend it in. Okay. Like his chin's a little dark. Okay. I'm going to color everything but his beak down here. And I didn't do the little coxcomb at the top. Now, I'm writing on myself. We're going to take that dark one again, come back around, and just outline him. Okay? This just gives definition, and, you know, I hadn't used my blends for a while. I don't know why. I go through stages, I guess. And now I remember how much I love them, and I just want to color everything. So you might see a lot of coloring coming your way. It's just fun. It's relaxing. Did you read my blog yesterday? It was about being creative in times of stress. And it actually says that repetitive motion, like coloring, helps the brain focus, because your brain cannot, even though we think we're multitasking, we are really not. And your brain cannot think about stressful things and enjoyable things at the same time. So if we trick our brains into doing something enjoyable, like crafting, guess what? By the way, this is Dark Mango Melody. All that stress just kind of disappears. And it's so true. I mean, how many times do we go and disappear up into our craft room, totally stressed or upset or angry, and we come out and we can go to sleep at night, right? We just feel totally relaxed. All right. Thanks for hanging with me this morning, because this is fun and I hope you're enjoying it. I'm going to take my my punch that goes with the pop of petals, and please, somebody tell me what it's called. It's probably called the petal punch or something, but I can't remember. There we go. That's the easy part. Because there's no chick die or punch. So we're just going to fussy cut him out. All right. So grab your snips. Don't cut off his legs. They're kind of spindly. All right. And just take your time. Remember all that stuff I said about not being perfect? Well, now's the time you need to kind of be a little more careful. because you did such a good job coloring. You don't want to cut his little feet off. Okay, and we'll go in and we'll trim up the little pieces later. And you can see, I just snip pieces off. It's just easier to manipulate once you get them cut off. And be careful, our snips are sharp, which is what I love about them. I'll go around the little coxcomb here. He really is cute. Okay. You guys are the best. Killed him. So, how many of you are planning on spending time in your craft room today? It is a great weekend to do that. Okay. Not the best, but you guys didn't want to watch me get all tangled up in that. Now, take another piece of your Whisper White stitched shapes, and on here, from the you know where this comes from? We're using a stamp from Timeless Tulips as well. We're going to use the stamp that says happy Easter, happy spring, happy everything, because that's adorable, and so is our little chick. Okay. And I have my Stampin' Pierce mat because this is a photopolymer stamp, and I'm going to just stamp this down here at the bottom. And then on the back of this little guy, we're going to put some dimensionals. Oh, here are my big ones. Put him up here, and then take your light pool party. We're going to kind of be tricky, okay? And we're going to go and do this after the fact. We're gonna just add that little outline to him afterwards, okay? And you can come out as far as you'd like, or as close to him as you like. But again, it just adds a little depth. Okay. So there's one square. We're going to put that aside. Now, come back here to this square, and I have my Happy Easter stamp. This is from the Welcome Easter set. Okay. And I'm going to put this here. Love that font. Oh, that's awesome. Now remember that butterfly we colored? We're going to pop him up on some dimensionals. I think I'm going to use some little minis on him. I loved being able to stamp and then color the outline first. But you see, it works for anything. Okay, and then, see, the reason we stamped first is because the punch takes off those little antennae. And I want the antenna there because he's cute. And we need to know he's a butterfly, right? So there's a second square. I love those colors. All right, are you ready? We've got 2 more squares. We're gonna do another sheep. My chamois is downstairs, so I'll clean these later. Okay. So we're going to do another sheep. And, you know, I colored him for you last week. So we're going to, through the magic of Facebook, ready? On your mark, get set. Ta-da! There's one already colored. You saw me color him last week. So really, there's our square 3. Here I used the light basic black for his hooves, light and dark smoky slate. I used dark flirty flamingo because he really needs to stand out. And then his bow tie, I colored in light and dark Highland Heather. All right, so there's square 3. How are you doing? We doing okay? Our final one is from the Hold On to Hope. And this was one of my favorite stamp sets last spring. I absolutely love it. I hadn't used it for a while, and I might use it again because we seem to be needing a little hope these days. All right, so we've got we're going to use this spray of greenery, and I'm using Granny Apple. I love Granny Apple green. And I'm going to ink this up. Oh, Storm has found her squeaky toy. That's awesome. Oh, that's Charles. Charles rarely plays with squeaky toys, so that's kind of fun. All right. We're going to stamp that. And, oh, my son took the dogs for a walk so they would be quiet. Oh, my goodness. Now, what is more hopeful than a little buzzing of bees? Here are these teeny tiny bees again. And I'm going to stamp them in Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to put one up here. And truly, you know it's spring when the bees are buzzing. Okay, so we're just going to add 3 in kind of a triangle, right? So that artistic visual look there. I don't pretend to be an artist, but I do like to so this is the Hold On to Hope sentiment. And again, I don't have it because I don't have the label on it because it was old. And I'm going to stamp it on a piece of So Saffron in Tuxedo Black. Right down here. And I have my classic label punch. Now, it is a tight squeeze, okay? But if you're careful, you can get it to work. And with some little mini dimensionals again. Okay, what kind of person wears a white shirt to craft? You know I'm going to have ink on this by the end of the morning, right? I think Alexandra was over here last week or the week after, and she's like, how do you not have ink all over you? We were talking about making a mess. Now, I make a mess with paper. It's everywhere, but... Okay. There we go. Now remember I said we needed 4 squares of So Saffron. This is cut with the layering squares. It's the scallop shape. And we're just going to put these on the back or on the front. They're going to go behind what we just did. I know what I meant. So many churches right now have been canceled, church services, and it's, you know, Holy Week is coming, Easter is coming. This would make a great gift. This might just be something you put on your mantle in your home, okay? So 4 squares plus my rectangle, and you need an 8.5 by 11 sheet of Whisper White cardstock. I'm going to move my stamps out of the way. Now I found my glasses. Really? Don't even ask. Okay. I can see how today is going to go. So what you want to do is put your bunnies or your rectangles right here in the middle. And then just play around and see where you like these to go. What works best for you? I prefer it this way because I didn't want my sheep down here with my other sheep. All right? But you can do whatever you like. And once you've got this, I mean, we're just going to take some snail and lay it down. Okay, this will fit in an 8.5 by 11 frame. And I don't know about you, but I always seem to have an 8.5 by 11 frame hanging around. Don't laugh, it's true. Ask Britton, she'll tell you. I have a closet full of frames. Okay, and I might just have to find one. Stick this in, and I know just who I'm going to send it to. I'll bet if I tried really hard, I could even get it in the mail today. Do you see I'm not measuring? I know some of you, it would just drive you crazy not to have it all measured out. It's truly handmade. And it might make my sister crazy. But it was made with love. And it's the thought that counts. And it's bright and it's cheerful. All right? I'm going to do one thing before we end, okay? Because I'm looking at this square and it needs something. It always needs something, right? So I have my take your pick tool and I found some pearls. And on the centers of the flowers, I'm going to take these little pearls. Just 3. 3 bees, 3 pearls. Well, my friends, it's been a blast crafting with you today. I hope you enjoyed the sampler, and I look forward to working with you again soon. Remember, all the directions, all the sizes, measurements will be over on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. If you need one of these stamp sets, if you need some of these blends, let me know. I'll be happy to help you. Take care, and if you make this, go ahead. Post a picture. I'd love to see it. Or if you are making something today in your craft studio, post a picture. Let's see and encourage each other in this time of stress. We don't need stress. We just need more crafting. Take care and happy Saturday. Bye-bye.